Hey guys, today we will bring you an exciting adventure movie named Alpha. It's Northern Europe 20,000 years ago during the Ice Age, and humans have to struggle with extreme weather to survive. Seeing as his tribe lacks food for the winter, a tribe leader takes everyone hunting before winter arrives. Being the chief's son, Keda receives such high expectations from his own tribe. The prerequisite for hunting is to craft hunting weapons. Keda's participation is his father's decision. Keda's mother does not want to let her son join this dangerous mission. But the tribal leader takes Keda on the hunt. The group of people quickly reach the ancestral stone tower and meet another tribe there. Both tribes immediately set off under the guidance of the stone tower that their ancestors left. They finally make it to the hunting ground. To get his son to quickly grow up and act like a man, the leader orders Keda to kill a boar. Hearing the bitter boar's cry, Keda can't do it himself. Seeing the boy being weak, the leader is disappointed and pushes his boy aside, killing the boar himself. At midnight, everyone is attacked by ferocious beasts. Keda watches as his friend is eaten by one. The cruelty of nature brings Keda to maturity. The next night, the leader tattooed the Big Dipper on his son's arm. Hopefully, the ancestors will help them find their way back. After that, the group discovers that there is a herd of bison on a nearby cliff. With the coordinated efforts of everyone in the tribe, the bison are driven back to the cliff in panic. Some which do not react in time fall down the cliff. A bison turns back, ready to fight against the humans. Keda can't run as fast as a bison and as a result, gets knocked into the air. Then, it throws him off the cliff. Everyone runs towards the cliff. Even though Keda is still clinging on, he is now extremely weak and loses his grip, falling a long way to a lower ledge on the cliff. Everyone assumes Keda is now dead. The leader is extremely sad and depressed. He can't just leave Keda like that. While the others go down the mountain to collect the spoils, he kneels on the edge of the cliff and calls out his beloved child's name. But Keda doesn't move. The leader, after assuming that his son is dead, leaves. And not long after, Keda is woken up by some ravens pecking him. After finding out no one can hear him, and with an injured leg, he slowly tries to climb the cliff face. But because of his injuries, he can only use his hands to climb. Fortunately, pouring rain causes a flood in the valley below, allowing him to jump from the cliff. The surviving Keda wakes up under the scorching sun, starving and thirsty. He hastily takes a few sips of muddy water from a puddle in order to get out of here quickly. He uses ice to soothe the sprained foot and the branch as a splint. He returns to the original hunting ground, looks at the pile of rocks his father made for him. He cannot accept this. There is the howling of wolves not far from him. He gets scared by it. He immediately starts to limp away, but the wolves chase after him. There's no other way. Keda can only climb a barren tree. He uses a stone knife to injure one of the wolves. The wolves can't eat Keda. They disband at dawn. Keda hides in a tree for one night, making a spear with a stone knife. He intends to kill the wounded white wolf, but once again his heart falters. The white wolf is now extremely weak and he can't leave it. Keda takes advantage of a time when the wolf doesn't even notice him and ties its mouth tightly. Keda is on his way to having a white wolf companion. He carries the white wolf and hides in a ravine. The next day's weather is really nice. He walks in the ravine and discovers some of the props left by ancestors. He uses the items to crush some of the herbs nearby, then place it on his wound. In this moment, the wolf removes the binding from its mouth. Although Keda is really frightened, he stays calm. He gives the wolf some fresh water. The wounded wolf seems to feel Keda's kindness, eventually drops its guard and drinks the water from the bowl. To take care of the white wolf, Keda constantly looks for insects to help clean the wolf's wound. He also gives the wolf food. The wolf eats all the insects and lays next to Keda. With great hunting skills, Keda catches a rabbit. Whilst he is preparing the rabbit, the wolf hesitantly steps forward and pounces towards it. Keda punches the wolf away. It gets scared and steps back. Keda has just made himself the master of the two. That's how a man and a wolf get along. With patience, Keda is finally able to successfully make a fire. The moon is very bright this night. There is the howling of a wolf in the wilderness. The burning flames coupled with the bright starry sky makes Keda even more homesick. He can't help but tell the white wolf his heart. When the wound on his leg heals, Keda tidies everything up and decides to return to his homeland before heavy snow falls. After he is ready, he tries to say goodbye to the wolf. But very quickly, he discovers that it just keeps following him. No matter how hard he tries to chase it away, it keeps following after him. While crossing the wasteland, it discovers several wild boars using its sharp sense of smell. After being chased by the white wolf, a wild boar runs towards Keda. Keda gets so scared that again he cannot kill the boar. The wolf seems confused but stays by his side. Over a few dark, cloudy nights, he teaches the wolf to follow whistling instructions. Under Keda's training, he and the wolf form a tacit cooperation. Their hunting success rate is higher. In addition, the white wolf and Keda become closer. Although Keda does not allow the white wolf to come near him, when the fire goes out, the white wolf obediently lies next to Keda. The white wolf's warm body heats dispels the cold in the woods. Keda doesn't have to be cold anymore. The white wolf calls out to Keda by licking his face. Keda happily wakes up after a dream. He and the smelly wolf together jump into a nearby lake to take a bath, where the wolf also catches many fish. Keda immediately names the white wolf Alpha, and this name belongs to the king of wolves. And it also pulls him and Alpha together. One night, while resting, Keda once again meets Alpha's pack. He presumes he will be attacked, but Alpha steps forward and touches the black wolf leader a little. The wolves leave. See the wolves calling for Alpha. Keda advises Alpha to go back to its pack. Alpha reluctantly glances at Keda but returns to the pack of wolves. Alpha's departure makes Keda lonely. He even dreams of his grieving father and his despairing mother. After that, Keda sets out again. When crossing an island, Keda reunites with Alpha while he's hunting. In seeing Alpha, Keda rushes over hastily and accidentally steps on the ice and falls into the lake. Alpha quickly tries to help. Keda hurriedly uses his knife to break the ice, and under his non-stop efforts, he finally breaks through the ice. Alpha above the ice immediately grabs Keda's sleeve, trying her best to pull Keda out of the freezing water. He makes a fire and cuddles Alpha to stay warm. Keda sets off once again on the road that is covered in snow. Very quickly, he discovers a tent and sees an old man sitting in front of it. He assumes he will be able to find food. The old man is dead, sat frozen. There's no food in the tent. Keda is struck with despair. He is getting more and more desperate. His wound has still not healed. Trying to survive, he takes the old man's bow and keeps going. When Keda and the wolf walk through a blizzard, they are chased by a pack of hyenas. Keda is afraid. He has no choice but to flee into a cave. He thinks that this is a safe spot, but whilst hiding in the cave, Alpha suddenly becomes wary. Keda can't react in time. A black panther rushes out from the back of the cave. To protect Keda, Alpha fights back. Keda shoots the black panther, but Alpha is seriously injured during the battle. Because there are no herbs, Keda can only provide Alpha with simple first aid and cleans the wound. The man and the wolf continue on their way, but the blizzard is too extreme. Every step is extremely difficult. Fortunately, in the blizzard, he finds some stone columns of his ancestors. He urgently wipes the snow away to determine direction. They now know they will definitely be heading back home. Due to Alpha's exhaustion and injuries, she collapses in the cold snow. And of course, Keda won't leave Alpha. He picks Alpha up and perceives the weather. Keda is also exhausted and passes out. His father's trust in his dream gives Keda more strength. He opens his eyes and continues to move forward. With such unyielding will, Keda finally sees his tribe not far away. Keda embraces Alpha and struggles toward his tribe. He collapses right in front of his father's eyes. Keda's parents run towards him. He completes his arduous journey. His father is finally proud of his son. Keda is saved and doesn't forget Alpha. He immediately pleads his father to help Alpha. What surprises everyone is that resilient Alpha is a mother waiting for her birth date. Alpha's face moves. The little wolves are born into a human world. Keda considers Alpha as a member of his family, watching the little wolves grow up together. For the first time, humans have an assistant whilst hunting, and this legend has been told in various ways throughout time. Okay, today's movie ends here. If you like movies like this, then don't forget to comment below. See you guys next time!